This room is very strange on the wall there. Lots of buttons when clicking a button. Somewhere, an object will fall out. It's like you're opening a bomb store. This guy in pajamas just woke up. Discovered that he was lying in a room. The room is white. He see it on the wall. A button, so he was curious and pressed it suddenly. On the wall appeared countless angels, but just disappeared a moment later. On the wall appeared countless British buttons. Shouted loudly in fear a moment after he calmed down. Calming down, he started pressing the buttons. On the wall, the toothbrush fell. Then he changed to another button and continued pressing it. Speaker plant pot tall vase chopsticks from painting. The wall fell out. What's going on? He suddenly felt interested, so try pressing a button repeatedly and it will do any chopsticks after another from. Inside the wall flew out very quickly loaded. A pile he accidentally bumped into. Another button is nearby. He was in so much pain that he shouted loudly and was angry. Click on another button, this one. Naturally teleported afterwards from the wall. Grows a butt. Oh his god. The smell is a bit strong. He's so angry. Smoke. Pick up the speaker. He continued his 5 minutes on the wall. Radio teddy bear protective masks of all types. Things appeared and furniture was scattered all over the room. But he still hasn't found any button. Help me go out and play with the forehead button. Then he wore a mask and lay on his chair. He's so demanding that he don't want to move anymore. Frustrated, he threw the ball away and a button and a plate of sush falls out into two. Eyes light up, whatever he wants is there, but only sush without soy sauce can be eaten. How do he press the buttons on the side? Besides, no matter what button he pressed, what he received was still sush and he was helpless. Only Den picked up a piece of sush and stuck it away. It's better than starving to death. Sush has no taste at all, which is extremely difficult. Swallow, he tried to swallow all the plates. After eating the sushi, he conveniently pressed it. A button next to it is a water bottle. The sauce fell out and he angrily threw the bottle of sauce. Fly away. Why didn't he come out and make fun of me? So bored. He lay down on the ground and clicked again. Click another button and the 3D glasses fall. It's time for he to put on her glasses. Saw an angel. Angel bow and please press his button. He happily smiled. As he grew older, he thought perhaps this was the opening button and leave this place. The messenger came here to save he, so he didn't hesitated to press the button. Suddenly room. Darkly, the wall behind appeared. Very loud countdown timer. Oh god no. Maybe this room is about to explode. He's afraid, scared to keep pressing the button hoping the watch would stop, but it doesn't help at all. The clock is still counting down and all the buttons clicking on the wall disappears on the ceiling. Suddenly, a huge peach appeared. Severely descending strong air currents. The force hit him, causing him to fall to the ground. Shouting loudly in anger seems impossible to escape. Okay, please stay in her room obediently. Read the comic and finish reading from volume 1 too. If you want to continue reading episode 5, click the button fell out from the wall. For episode 7, he changed the button to episode 8. No matter how he clicked on episode 9, episode 6 refusing to appear. He still did not give up. Changed another button behind him. Suddenly, a door appeared. At this time he was concentrating on finding something to the door just as it was about to close. Again, he finally saw it, but he forgot which button to press. He can stay in a room without one. How long has the phone been without Wi-Fi? It's very difficult for this guy to wear pajamas. Found the exit, but the door was closed. Gone. He arbitrarily pressed a button. Another black man ran out afterward. Crawling into the wall opposite him, he wondered, why can this person go in and out? Okay, let's change it to another button. A stream of water poured straight into his brother's head. He kept trying and finally found it. The button that causes the door to appear is pressed. Then he hurriedly ran to the door, but the button bounced and the door opened. Immediately closed. He pressed the button and used it. He ran over there as hard as he could, and as soon as he got there, the door is closed and he loses glue. Another glue. He used his foot to press the button and get the momentum to run forward and press the still button. Bounced up and he failed again. Good thinking is to use an assistive tool. So he took it because fly swatter hit it really hard. If and it still didn't work, he took a jump rope and used it. Rope to reduce the distance from him. He still failed when he reached the door this time. Hey! His head jumped and he remembered the car. Pushing there, his hand was already on the button. Lie on the stroller with both feet kicking hard. Wall to gain momentum, resulting in the cart only round and around without running straight back to him. Pressing the button this time he did not let go. And the door doesn't close either. The flower vase came to press on the button of the flower is too light to be pushed up by the button at this time. His head jumped again and he just needed to fill it with water into the vase and let it press on the iron button. But he pressed the water button. He didn't expect that the water only flows wherever he go. The water flows. Just like watering plants, it's impossible. Pour water directly into the bottle. He just can't use every means to make the jar full. Water, but the amount of water inside should not be too much. At least he thought of a new way to fill it. Jar of sush. He kept pressing the button. Finally, the jar was unexpectedly full. Right now the vase is too heavy and he can't lift it up, so he puts his hand inside. He was going to take out some sushi, but bin was too much. He can't put his hand inside. He then took chopsticks and picked each piece out. Then bring the vase next to the button. But he forgot which button to open. Door, so he could only try each one individually. What a coincidence that black skin appeared. Then he kicked the vase, causing the vase to collapse. It broke into two pieces, which was both frustrating and frustrating. He shouted again. The piece of sush was placed on the door button. Opening it, he quickly took more sush to cover it. Above, but sush cannot press the button. When he pressed down, the button bounces again. Alternatively, so he used tape to tape the button. He stood and looked for a while and saw that again he hurriedly ran away, but this time there was a sound of tape being torn. The button continued to bounce. Refused to give up and fried the whole piece of steel and pulled it out to the door with unexpected pieces. Even steel cannot hold the side button. Hey, he's still busy trying to find the other side of the button. He pushed the tape up and stuck it all the way to the door. The door also collapsed on his butt. The door banged on him in little despair, cried and gave up the idea of escaping. Here one day he was in the senior province. He was about to brush his teeth when he saw toothpaste. He forgot the whipped cream button. Which button is the tooth, so he just have to press one. Suddenly a rope came from above. The sky lowered and he saw the rope. He was as happy as a child seeing his mother go to the market. Using this rope he can go out. Okay, this guy in pajamas is stuck. Stuck in the room at this moment was a rope. Often appears to make him take it back. He hoped he pressed the button and take it. Rope then use her foot to step on the opening button. The door conveniently uses momentum to swing to the other side before. The door fell and he was so happy, but now he saw one again. The door is locked and can't. He could open it, he just had to run back to the room. When he ran back to his destination, his door was smashed and he angrily kicked it with his foot, unexpectedly hit the wall in the air. Suddenly a colored key appeared. Yellow, but in just a moment it was gone. Lost it seems to be the key of. The other door was accidentally kicked right before. Now he don't know which button it is, he just have to press the button. This dog holds too much. He was so scared that he peed again in his pants and tried again. Hey! He guessed it right. Spin around in the air and then disappear. Don't miss the button. He's about to look for something. Mark it, his finger pointed to the button. Then slowly step back and pick up the piece of meat. Mark the result, he marked it wrong. What appeared was the dog keeping the dog. Just now he asked for help and made a mistake. It was clear that his hand was just at the right time, but he still stubbornly tried again. But this time he was right and rushed to attack. Hide it and continued using the previous method. He swung on the rope but still couldn't reach it. If he feel helpless, he saw his first toilet pump. Swing on the rope and stick the toilet suction stick in. Paul press the key button then bring it back. If he get the key, he can use it. Foot stepped on the door opening button this time. The same he also succeeded, he rushed. Put the key in and turned the doorknob, but the door still didn't open and he raised his head. When he looked up, he saw a lock on with a password. But what is the code to open the door? Many people just had to go back to their old room. This time the door was no exception. Hello, his butt hurts. Scream. Pull out the toilet suction and throw it unexpectedly. Touching the wrong button caused Black appeared and two people were embarrassed. Looking at each other, the black man looked at him. Why did he call me out here, man? Black left at this time he realized on. His head has 3 white numbers opening code. The door also has a number, so it is the secret. The code he need to find and then he continue. The previous operations became industrial. Correct door opening code when he intend to open the door. When he get out, the back door closes. The space inside is too small to open the door. He was stuck in the middle of the door and couldn't get out. Can't get in. It's surrounded by a black. He began to miss the room. Just now there were food and drinks in there. Even the toys at least don't starve to death. He didn't know how much he was in there. It's been a while since the sush outside has gone bad. Hey, suddenly he felt a wind blowing. Then he raised his hand and pushed open the next door. Unexpectedly, as soon as he opened it, light shone on him. He hurriedly rushed out and passed through one door after another. Finally found a way out. This turns into another room. His colorful pajamas also lost all their color. He was tired and desperate. Looking at the door slowly. Clothes on the wall appeared countlessly. Their angels disappeared and disappeared. Into buttons he continued to press. Button, but this time nothing fell out. But he didn't know that buttons he clicked was controlling the side world. In addition, a boxing player suddenly has a long neck. His head was as hard as a hammer hitting the bell. In the room the guy in pajamas looked. He grabbed the exit above his head and pressed the button. Click crawled up, he didn't expect that each. The button he pressed right will do that. The outside world changes without he knowing. How long has it been since her hair climbed from upside down? Painted into waist-length hair. Finally, also reached the exit. Here there is a button. Giant click, and he didn't hesitate to click. What will happen next? The movie also doesn't specify the button. This is the Apocalypse Moon this movie has. Name is simple question of the movie if. Like he stay in this room for a day. He hope the button has something appear. Please submit her answer below. Please comment. Thank you for her interest.